Imagine dialing 911 and the voice on the other end says, "Sorry, due to budget cuts, no one can help you."
Well, a growing controversy over budgets and public safety after an Oregon woman's call to 911 goes unanswered, basically.
Well, that's the reality for tens of thousands of people in rural Oregon. Many counties in the state have cut public safety budgets due to the loss of vital timber payments. That's money from the federal government paid to counties with large national forests. In other words, land that can't be taxed.
Josephine County, in the southwest corner of Oregon, was probably the hardest hit. The sheriff's department lost more than half of its funding. As a result, deputies no longer respond to emergency calls in the evenings or on the weekends. Calls like this one, made just last August.
I don't have anybody to send out there.
Okay.
Obviously if he comes inside the residence and assaults you, can you ask him to go away, or do you know if he's intoxicated or anything?
I've already asked him. I've already told him I was calling you. He's broken before, busted down my door, assaulted me. Yeah, so...
Is there any way you can safely leave the residence?
No, I can't, because he's blocking pretty much my only way out.
Well, the only thing I can do is give you some advice and call the sheriff's office tomorrow. Obviously, if he comes in and unfortunately has a weapon or is trying to cause you physical harm, that's a different story. The sheriff's office doesn't work up there. I don't have anybody to send.
According to police records, a few minutes later, the woman's ex-boyfriend, Michael Bella, used a piece of metal to pry open her front door. He then attacked her. Eventually, state police arrested him, and he pleaded guilty to sexual assault and sodomy, among other charges.
He broke into her home, and he raped her.
Budgets. A lot of the policing in this area was paid for by federal money that helped subsidize the area because there's a lot of federal lands there. So part of
their main industry is timber, and we were subsidizing that, but then we took it away.
And there are federal lands that you can't tax because the federal government owns the land, and so they instead subsidize it, and that helped pay for public services. So this is a direct result of some of the cuts that we're seeing at the federal government.
There isn't a day go by that we don't have another victim.
That's Josephine County Sheriff Gil Gilbertson. He sent out a press release. In it, he warned victims of domestic violence to, quote, consider relocating to an area with adequate law enforcement services.
There's absolutely no consequences to committing a crime today, given the fact that law enforcement is as weak as it is.
For years, Millette says, federal timber payments funded good public safety in this county. They also kept local tax rates low.
People's lives really are at stake. This should not have happened. This is tragic.